Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Money Matters Top Tips for Success, where each and every day I bring on new business owners, entrepreneurs, and executives and have them share their top tips for success with you. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres to keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signing, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, moneymatterstoptips.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Nancy Barkley on the line, and she's owner and founder over at Honeymoons and Getaways Luxury Travel. Nancy, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
So I'm excited to get more into what you're doing over at Honeymoons and Getaways Luxury Travel, but before we do that, let's get a little bit further into your background. How did you get started in your career and in business?
Well, born and raised in Philly girl. And I was bit with the traveling bug when I took my first plane ride. I went to visit my family in L.A., traveled out there, and have been traveling ever since. Travel's my passion, and so that's the path that I chose.
Wow, that's awesome. And Nancy, you know, one of the things that you've been able to do that I think that now is a hot topic, so everybody says, you know, follow your passion, follow your dreams, but you've been doing that. I mean, you've been in business over a decade, going on 15 years just with this business alone, and then you have more experience prior. That being said, you've managed to change and to turn your passion into a long, fruitful career. What kind of advice would you give to that person that's out there that is thinking about, you know, marrying, so to speak, pun intended on the honeymoons and getaways, and marrying their passion with creating it into a real career? What kind of advice would you give them?
I think you have to realize that if you are going to start your own business, you should be passionate about it. You should be passionate about what you're starting, if it's starting a bakery or you want to get into real estate. My passion is travel, and I know travel. But when I started my own business, it's not easy, especially, honestly, when I started my business, I had 3 young children. I was in corporate travel America. I was tired of corporate America. And quite honestly, as a mother of 3, it was hard to do the 9 to 5. So I decided to start my own business. And, you know, you learn by trial and error and by your mistakes. It is a business. You know, I took business classes. You need to be licensed, you need to be insured, and then there's everything that goes into a business. You know, you have to do your marketing, you have to do your payroll, you have to do accounting, you have to, all the intricacies of having a business comes into play. So when you see the pretty pictures of us traveling, which is wonderful and it is, you know, a perk of what we're doing because it's our business, you also have to remember that sometimes we're in the office till, you know, 12 o'clock getting things done and getting checks done and doing the behind the scenes that's not so glamorous.
I love that advice, and I love your vantage point of saying, yeah, you see those pretty travel pictures, but you know how much goes into the background of that picture? Oh, I love it. It's not, and all the machine that's behind it. I love it. So Nancy, I want to switch it up a bit. I want to get into what you're doing over at Honeymoons and Getaways Luxury Travel. So first, tell me a little bit more about the business, please.
Yes. So when I started Honeymoons and Getaways Luxury Travel, gosh, over 15 years ago, my event planning really came into play, and I arranged so many destination weddings. I absolutely loved it. It was one thing I was so good at, and that's before destination weddings were really popular and oversaturated as they are now. So, you know, my personal connections, my international travel, all the vendors that I know, it really just played out well for me. And that's how my business started to grow, because I started Honeymoons and Getaways Luxury Travel with not one client. And, you know, I did my first destination wedding, and then that kind of snowballed, and that's where I was able to get my client list. Now I'm just making dreams come true, whether it's your honeymoon or family vacation, or I'm working on an elopement right now at a castle in Germany. Like, is that a fairy tale? Literally. So,
oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so the fun part is I'm making dreams happen for people, and the back part is it is a business, so there is a lot behind the scenes.
That's awesome. I love it. I know I love your vantage point. So if somebody is listening to this right now and they're like, they're in that situation where they're looking into someone that can help them with a destination wedding, what's your kind of niche, like type of clientele, type of person, so they know if they're the right type of person to be giving you a call?
Oh, for a destination wedding, do not be a control freak, because you're not going to have much control if you're doing a destination wedding. All the destination weddings that I plan are international, and a lot of people are doing them because they save money. I mean, they really are saving money for reasons that sometimes it will down your guest list, or a lot of people just won't be able to attend. But I think the perfect person for a destination wedding is somebody that wants to have something exotic, whether it be someplace on the beach or fairy tale like in a castle, but also wants to and is able to let somebody else have control. So if you're a bride that wants to have, answers right away and be in control of things, I don't think it's for you. I think it's for the person that wants something different and is okay letting somebody else handle something.
That's awesome. So Nancy, what's the best way for the listeners to get in contact with you if they fall in that category?
I think they should visit my website at honeymoonsandgetaways.com, or my Instagram, or I'm also on LinkedIn.
Fantastic. Well, hey, Nancy, I really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about your background and all the great work you're doing over at Honeymoons and Getaways Luxury Travel. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. I hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the iTunes website, and share this with your friends and family. Do all those great things we do to support our podcasters. I really do appreciate it. And Nancy, thanks again for coming on the show.